Hi, I'm Jess Johnson. I'm an Army veteran, former therapist, and current coach where I work with people to understand their emotions so they can calm their body, quiet their minds, and get shit done effectively. I'm really feeling called lately to share this modality that I use specifically around helping white women confront the feelings that they might have in order that are getting in their way of being an effective ally and activist. So if you've never heard of EFT tapping, emotional freedom techniques tapping, before, just watch this video with me. Go ahead, say what I say, do what I do. You're going to be tapping on some pressure points around your body or some energy meridian points. And then you can feel free to shoot me a message, ask me any questions, or just poke around my YouTube channel in order to get a little more familiar with tapping. I'll drop some of those links in the YouTube description below. But before we start, I just want to say, as we go through this today, you might find yourself getting more emotional, and that's totally okay. Sometimes when we start tapping, it brings up thoughts and feelings, especially when we're talking about something that already has an emotional charge around it. So if you start tapping and you find yourself getting really emotional, just remember nothing's gone wrong here. I want you to keep your eyes open and keep tapping. And I promise that it will help calm your central nervous system. And you can come back to this or any of the other taps as often as you need to continue to reinforce and settle. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm just kind of winging this today with just thoughts and feelings that I know are going on in my head and body. Shut this on, do not disturb, because I know I'm not alone in how I'm feeling right now. So we speak the truth of how we feel with EFT. We honor that and combine that with an affirmation of acceptance in order to make room for more positive emotions. So, repeating after me, even though it feels daunting to think about the work ahead, the work necessary and needed in order to make this a better place for everybody in it. And if there's a place that you feel that sense of daunting or whatever it is for you, just note where that is in your body, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being quite low, 10 feeling quite big. And just jot that down so you can take your measurement. And I accept myself and honor what I'm feeling in this moment, even though the work of anti-racism and women's rights feels daunting at times. Like I'm not even sure where to get started, let alone how to continue. Right here, right now, I'm open to exploring this with grace and curiosity. Even though this work feels daunting, like it feels overwhelming and sometimes hopeless. Right here, right now, I'm honoring how I feel, and I'm open to a shift in perspective in order to give myself more energy to give to this issue. And I accept myself and I honor what I'm feeling in this moment. And we're going to start tapping through points. This work feels daunting. Sometimes I don't know where to start. There might even be a part of me that's scared to get started. What if nothing I do matters anyway? Sometimes that's the way it feels. And I'm giving myself permission to give this part of me a voice. There is a part of me that's scared. Scared of getting my hopes up. Scared that it won't be enough. And maybe there's some truth to those fears. But I do know that doing nothing definitely doesn't move us forward. And I am committed to doing what I can to make that happen. Some days are going to be harder than others. But I have support in this. I am not alone in my endeavors. And I'm giving myself permission to ask for help. I'm giving myself permission to demand that I be heard. Because this work is important. It is the most important in moving women forward, in moving women of color forward. And so I am giving myself permission to dream of the impact that all of us working together, all of us white women working together to lift up all women can make. And as we tap now, I just want you to listen to my voice for a second, continuing to tap. And just note whatever shift has already happened for you. If it was a 10 before, what is it now? What have you made room for? And as we continue to tap through the points, I invite you to consider the action that you can take today, right now. Maybe it's something that you've been putting off. Maybe it's something you have an idea for. A conversation you want to have with somebody. A meeting that you want to set up. And as we tap, knowing that there are other women watching this, other women who are also gathering their strength and energy, and letting yourself visualize all of that energy being created the energy of hope, the energy of commitment, the energy of empowering ourselves to dare to dream for a better future. Imagine that surrounding you, engulfing you right now. And if there are any bits and pieces of you that could use some scaffolding, that feel a little wary, a little resistant, or a little scared, I invite you to visualize sending that energy to any part of you that needs it right now. Letting that fill you up. And with that energy, I then invite you, while tapping through the points, I want you to see yourself taking that action. Visualizing creates psychological safety. And when you're tapping on these points, you're calming on the central nervous system. And sometimes feeling scared or hopeless is what makes us unable to see clearly that next step and seeing it land and make an impact. So dare to dream, dare to see it right now as we tap, continuing to feel that feeling of unification and connection, support and hope, and see you taking that action, knowing that the only way to fuck it up is not to do it at all. Breathing into that. Let's just pause right here. I invite you to just check in with where you are right now, that action that you want to take, that action you see yourself doing. Breathe into that, maybe smile into that. And it's okay if there's still a little fear there. This is scary stuff. You can just continue to tap and be support to one another. So as we breathe in now, we're just going to do one quick round, kind of anchoring this in. So even though this work might be terrifying at times, right here, right now, I'm choosing to move forward with commitment and hope and boldness, knowing that there's a learning curve and I'm smart enough to figure it out. I have got this. I am choosing to be part of making an impact. I'm choosing hope for the future, a plan for a better world. I've got this. We've got this. And I am here for it all. We're in this together. And I am leaning on the support of my sisters in this when things feel tough. But for now, I'm full of fire. I'm here to make an impact. There's nothing stopping me from taking the steps to do so. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. You've got this. I know we can do this together. Please keep coming back to this channel. I will be continuing to roll out taps. And if you have ideas for anything or you have any questions for me, please shoot me an email, jessjohnsoncoaching@gmail.com. And I look forward to us changing the world together.